Evening all. I think I might be early. Oh no, I'm on time. Just give people a few minutes to join and we'll get started. Okay. Hi everybody. Welcome to my Sunday night Stampin. It's been a lovely day here, really productive. We've baked, we've crafted, we've watched films, I've cooked a roast. Haven't really got dressed though, so it's quite nice really. Hope you've all had a lovely weekend. I've got something a bit different for you tonight and something brand new that's going to be here in January. I wasn't sure whether to use it, but actually I thought, why not? So yeah, the project that I've got as my example, I'm going to make a little bit different for you. But I've seen this idea with a gift box on Pinterest and I've actually had time to sit and play today, which has been quite nice. So I'm looking forward to showing you a different style of box. So I hope you're all sitting comfortably. I've got my cup of tea, so I hope you've got a nice drink as well. Sunday is a pyjama day, but if you're right, I've just seen Bev's comment pop up. I'm not quite in my pyjamas. I have had a shower and kind of got dressed, but there's no need for makeup on a Sunday, is there? Especially when you're at home. So I'm going to pause you all, just flip my camera around so you'll be able to see my desk and then we can get started. So I hope you're sitting comfortably and just bear with me. Okay, so you can now see my working area, hopefully. Oh, wine and chocolate, Denise. Yes, I'm with you. That would be lovely. I might have a glass of wine when we're finished, actually. So this is the box that I'm going to make for you this evening. It's a box with a difference. So it actually is a triangular closure box. So we open it up like so. And then it opens like this. Okay, so it's a little bit different. It's really easy, honestly. I think you're going to like this one actually. So I'll take this out as well. It's got a lovely base like so. And the idea is that piece just slots inside and then it's secured with two little holes there. Now inside this box I've put just a little fold out journal, I guess. You could give this to someone as a gift, maybe with some photos or add some journaling and make it into a little album. So I've used images on this from the Fancy Phrases stamp set, which is part of the annual catalogue. It's really lovely, really nice to colour. This paper is actually the Snowflake Wishes paper from the Christmas catalogue. It's just the reverse side of it, so that's like a wash of Pool Party, and I've just stamped a few little sentiments in Pool Party as we go through. So there's pictures, spaces for photographs or maybe some journaling, and then it's also got a back as well. Okay, so that's my little box and fold out album, I guess, or card, however you want to say that. It will stand like so. I'll pop the measurements for that on my page after this. You'll be able to see exactly how I made that, but it's actually just two pieces of card and there's a join just here, okay, and it closes like so. So that is kind of what we're going to make today, but I'm going to use something brand new for you. Are you ready for this, guys? So this is the Floral Gallery suite in the January to June mini catalogue, and these are 12 by 12 papers, and the colours are, we have Bumblebee, Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo, Green Apple Green, Just Jade, Misty Moonlight, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, Shaded Spruce, So Saffron and Whisper White. So there's loads of different colours in here, but they're on at a back of black, which really makes them stand out. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And on the back you have lots of different patterns. So we have this one, we have a daisy. Oh, what's on the back of that one? A black and white, black and blue spot. On here we have a leaf. This one is really cute. It's like a field of flowers. And on the back is some lovely crushed curry and spots. We have this lovely Misty Moonlight and Shaded Spruce flower, which is just beautiful. I'm looking forward to fussy cutting those. Bit of shaded spruce. And then here we've got Cherry Cobbler and Petal Pink for a really little flower. And on the back is some nice stripe. So you get 6 of each, sorry, 2 of each pattern. So you get 12 sheets in total. And then this is the stamp set and the dies that goes with it. So it's art gallery. And the idea with this is that it, oh no, sorry, this is our celebration paper. I got it wrong. Sorry about that, guys. This paper is actually Flower and Field DSP, and it's free in January and February when you spend £45. So this is really, really lovely. It's part of our celebration promotion, and it is free when you spend £45 between January and February. So there are the designs. Okay, sorry about that, guys. There are DSP that goes with this art gallery, but I'm not going to use them. So this is the art gallery stamp set. Really lovely 2-step stamp set. When you'll see me demo that in a few weeks' time. This is actually going to be my class for January, so keep an eye out for that in the next few weeks. We've got sentiments such as I miss you, happy birthday, congratulations, good luck, sorry, thank you, best wishes, you are lovely, and I'm thinking of you. And these are the dies that go with it. So these dies are just beautiful. So you've got some framelit dies. Oh, Sophie, that's good. That took a while. Oh, I'm glad you've got them though. I was going to message you on Monday and say, have they arrived? You've got this lovely Just Want to Say sentiment die. So you can obviously say, just want to say I miss you, just want to say congratulations, just want to say you are lovely. You've got some lovely label dies, and then you've got these framelits that will cut out the images. But I'm going to use the words today. So let's get started. So for this box, let me put all this to one side. For this box, you're going to need some coloured cardstock. Okay, so my box is actually 11 centimetres square, and the item inside it is 10 centimetres square. So obviously it's got a really nice fit. Okay, so we need to cut one piece. I'm going to cut a strip here. We're going to cut one piece down this way that is 11 centimetres wide. Okay, and then we're going to cut 2 squares. One. My trimmer is ready for a new blade, I think. 1 and 2. And then we need 2 triangles. So once you've cut one square, cut this piece as a triangle. So line up the 2 diagonal points in your scoring runner, in your cutting runner, and just cut it out. So you've got 2 triangles. Okay. We then need another triangle, so we need 3 triangles in total. So cut another square that is 11 by 11. And then cut this lovely triangle out again. Like so. Now, for our mechanism to actually turn it into a box, we need a couple of strips. So these strips, we're going to start by scoring them at 1 centimetre, and I'm going to score over here just because I find scoring the 1 centimetre easier. Oh, my things aren't in the camera. Scoring 1 centimetre over here, I just find it a bit easier because I've actually got cardstock to hold on to. Then we're going to turn it round, and this measurement here is actually 3 centimetres. So we're now going to line it up at 4 centimetres and score again. And then you're going to cut at 5 centimetres. Okay. Now one strip you are going to cut down. Sorry, you're going to cut it down to 22 centimetres, which is double the width of our box. Okay. And then score in the middle at 11 centimetres. So that is our first strip that we need, and I'll show you what to do with that shortly. We need another strip for the other edge of our box, and again the scoring measurements are exactly the same. So we're going to score at 1 centimetre, and then we're going to score at 4 centimetres, and actually that's already 5 centimetres wide, which is really handy. Now we're going to score at 11 centimetres, which is the width of our box, and then we're going to score at 22, which is where we've cut the other strip, and then we're going to cut at 26 centimetres. Okay, so now I'll show you how to cut these pieces. So this first one, which is our 22 centimetre strip, we're going to fold our edges over and burnish our sides. Okay, and then fold in half, and then whilst you've got it folded in half, you're just going to snip off there and there. Okay, so you end up with that mechanism. This is so that you can actually slot it. You can actually stick it to one of your triangle pieces. So that's our first piece. And the next piece, so again, burnish all your score lines to make sure they're nice and crisp. That is the trick to any kind of 3D or fancy fold item. Just make sure those score lines are really, really crisp. And then repeat with the 11 and do our little cut like so. And then over here, what we're actually going to do is we're going to, this is our score line here, and this is actually for our mechanism to close it. Okay, so again, repeat your little snip, but then you're going to cut off that end, those two end flaps. So you end up with something that looks like that, and you have one that looks like that. Everyone following me so far? Let me know you're still. I'm just going to have a slurp of my tea. Now the best thing to use to attach your box is tear tape. You want something that's really sturdy, and you don't really want to end up covered in glue. So I'm going to add tear tape to all of my flaps like so. So this box, it actually, once you've got the mechanism kind of cut and scored and these bits done, it's really easy to attach it all, and it's quite repetitive. I like repetitive things. So I'll try and follow the comments as we go today. Can we believe it's December this week? I don't think I'm quite ready for it. Right, so now we have our pieces. We can bring in our square and our 3 triangles. Okay. Oh, Leslie's just put good morning from a very outback Australia. Oh wow. Morning, Leslie. So does that mean it's Monday morning where you are? I think that's what it means. Right, so we're going to start by using this piece here. Okay. So the idea is that this is your base of your box, and you're going to attach your first piece like so, and then this here is your mechanism to attach your next piece to. So we're going to take off the tape, the strip of our tape on the bottom, and we're going to now attach our base like so. Okay, and this is why I find it a lot easier to use tear tape, because wasn't that nice and straightforward? Okay, now with this piece we are going to attach that like so. I actually forgot to put tear tape on that little flap there. Very hot. Wow. Very jealous. It's very cold here at the moment. Very, very chilly. Although not as chilly as it normally is this time of year. Okay. So let's just fold that back over. Now this is just going to slot inside like so, and you're just going to line up that score line with the edge of your cardstock. So you can see now this is starting to come together. Okay, so the next step, we're going to add our triangle pieces. So take off that piece there and that piece there, and then line up your next triangle. Make sure it's the right way around with the edges and the corners. I do find triangles quite satisfying to work with. Now down here you'll see there's a little section there. You're just going to chop that off. So follow that diagonal line and just get rid of it. Okay, so that is the fixed element of our box. So it's starting to resemble a box. Now before we do the top bit, let's do the bottom. So the bottom of our box, again, you're just going to line up the corners. Who would have thought making a triangle box was actually this straightforward? And then you can see there you've got a little overlap again, so just snip that off and then follow it round, and then again you've got a little overlap here to just snip. So that is the bottom of our box now, and it's entirely up to you which way you close that. You can either put the actual square base of the bottom inside, or you can pop it outside. I don't think it really matters. And then now we can put our lid on. Just like so, and then finish it off by cutting off these extra bits. Like so. So there we have our triangular closing box. What do we think? Let me know your thoughts. Now for the closure, I've added a couple of little holes and some ribbon. So for that, I'm just using my crocodile and I'm sliding it in as far as it will go, and then just punching a hole, and then the same this side. Okay, there we have it. And let's just grab some ribbon. I'm going to use the same ribbon that I've used there actually. Oh, excuse me, let's see if I can actually see that then. A couple of people are saying it's cute, someone's saying great, it's different. It's quite different, isn't it? And then we just tie it in a little bow. Like so, and I'll cut those off when we're finished. Okay, So there we have our little triangular fold gift box. I quite like it in the black. Now let's add some DSP to this, shall we? So I'm going to add a couple of squares of Whisper White. So for that, I'm just going to bring my trimmer back in, and we're going to add 2 little triangle layers to both sides of our box. Actually, no, let's not use white. Let's use some of this gorgeous DSP. Look at that. I'm really quite in love with that. So we've got that flower, that one. That one is my favourite, I think. Let's add some of the crushed curry. So we know that our box measures 11 by 11, so I'm going to cut a 10 centimetre strip and then turn that round and cut it into a 10 centimetre by 10 centimetre square, and then cut 2 triangles, and you're just going to do that by lining up the 2 diagonal points and cut. Okay, and then they can be put on like so. Might have to do some fussy cutting of this paper. So this is just one of many Celebration freebie products that are coming your way in January. They're available to demonstrators to pre-order on Wednesday. Oh my gosh, Wednesday. That's come around really quickly. That's the 1st of December. So just add this to here. That's it. So we have our little, I think that looks really nice against the black background. Now, this lovely rosette here, would you like me to show you how I made that, or shall I do something a little bit different? Let me know. While I ponder my cup of tea, and just finish it while it's still warm. I'm just going to get rid of the glue on my scissors. So yes, this rosette here, let me know if you want me to show you how to make that, or I'll use something different. Yes, please. Okay, Gina, let's do it. So let's choose another piece of DSP. Let's use this lovely green. So we're going to cut 2 strips. This is 12 by 12, and you're going to cut 2 strips that are 1.5 inches or 3 centimetres wide. 1, 3. Okay. And then you're going to cut both of them down to 15 centimetres or 6 inches. 15 centimetres or 6 inches. Okay. Now actually you only need 3 of these 6-inch strips. And then you'll need a scorer, and I'm actually going to use my Simply Scored tool to make this easier. So what you're going to do, I'm just going to take my grid paper away because it's causing me issues tonight. That's better. Right, so with your Simply Scored, you're going to pop that into the corner, and then you're going to score it with your small end of your scoring tool at every 1/2 inch. And you're going to do that for all 3 pieces. The trick with DSP is to just don't push too hard, because you will tear the paper, and you don't want to do that. Especially because this is dark paper, you don't want to see the white tears, because that's what will happen. Okay, so we've got one, and we've got two. Simply Scored is really, really handy, but I don't use it very often. Especially now the new score, the new trimmer, the score on it is so good. But I always enjoy using my Simply Scored. This makes quite a nice change. Okay, and then this is the third piece. The trick with the Simply Scored is to just hold things down nice and firmly. You can also get the metric scoring plate, so if you wanted centimetres, you've got this metric plate available as well. But it comes as standard in inches. Okay, so we've got our 3 pieces. And then what you're going to do is you're going to concertina each piece. So each piece, and then just squeeze it nice and tightly so that it kind of becomes like an little accordion. Okay. Once you've made these, you'll be making hundreds of them. I remember when I was first shown, everything had these rosettes on. They're really good for scrapbook pages, actually. I once did a scrapbook page with lots of different colours and shapes of these. I think it was one of Florence's baby album pages. Back in the days when I would scrapbook and had some time. Right, so you've got your 3 pieces, okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to attach them. So the idea is you attach one over the other, but because they both are scored in the same way, just snip off one end like so, and then that now fits one over the other. Okay, so you're just going to attach that, and I'm going to do that with a little bit of tear and tape. Again, it's really important that you use a glue and adhesive that's really strong. I wouldn't recommend using wet glue for this because you just end up in a gluey mess. Okay, so just attach that one like so, and you can see that then makes it longer. You can by all means do it with the 12-inch strip. I find actually it's just too much to do it all in one strip, so that's why I like to do mine in kind of 6-inch strips. Okay. Oh, I put the glue on the wrong place there. See if I can peel that off. The glue should have been on the underneath. Yes, don't you just love tear and tape? I know this stuff is a bit on the expensive side, but I do think it's worth it. I usually end up in such a mess with double-sided, but I don't with tear tape for some reason. Just going to cut that one off there. And then slot that one together. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring it all the way round. That's where you're going to need to push the concertina kind of together. Oh, I've mucked that up there. Oh, guys. Right, let's cut that off. It doesn't matter too much because you've got room to play. I made one of these about well, I made the box earlier on today. Right, that's better. So that goes in there. Sorry about this, guys. I promise you I do know what I'm doing. That's better, look. And then that goes in there. And then this one is going to slot. Take that off. A little bit of tear tape in there. You can do these any width, but just the wider that they are, the longer they need to be, because obviously you'll have more folds. Right, we did it. Got them in the end. So now you have a circle. So all you're going to do, just move those pieces out of the way. You're going to push it down and then just push it in together, like so. Now, the looser that you push it in, the bigger it will be. Okay. So all I do now is I take my 2-inch punch, pop a circle out, and then I am now going to put wet glue on this. Okay, so I'm just, just using Tombow. Just what I need. A spillage of Tombow. It's going well tonight, girls, isn't it? Right, so, and then all we do, we take our little circle and we just kind of push it on and we hold it really firmly. Okay. Now what you can do is put something heavy on top of it to stop it from going anywhere, and then just slide it out of the way and leave it. Okay. Right, so that is our little rosette done. We're just going to leave that. Oh. I said just going to leave that as I took the punch off. Like so. Okay. So we'll come back to that in a minute. In the meantime, we can make our little card for inside. So you're going to need a piece of A4 cardstock, and the inside of the box, the outside is 11 centimetres, so inside we're going to make it 10 centimetres. Okay, so we'll do 10 centimetres strip and 10 centimetre strip. Okay. And that is the width of an A4 piece. I'm just going to move some bits out of the way. So the width of an A4 is 21, which actually works really perfectly for this measurement. So we're going to score it at 10 centimetres, and then we're going to score it at 20 centimetres. What that then gives us is a little strip on the end to put this little booklet together with, and then the other piece we're going to score it at 10 and then cut it at 20. If you wanted to add another set of pages, you would have scored that. Okay, so just fold all of these nicely. Now for this, what you're going to do is you're going to put some tear tape down the edge of this strip. Cut that off. And then this then goes on there like so, and then you have your little concertina album. I'm just going to put my grid paper back down from where I spilt that Tombow. So then what we need to do now is we just need to cover it. So we'll use a mix of these yellows. So I'm going to bring that down ever so slightly. I'm going to bring that down to 9 centimetres. And then, so you need 8 pieces in total, but don't forget you want some white pieces so you've got space to do some journaling. I think these are already cut at 9. No, they're not, they're 9.5. And you can do a mixture of measurements, just take things down by kind of 0.5 centimetre at a time if you want to change things. You could do some nice little mounts, you could do some pockets. So I'm just making these all 9 centimetres square. And then I want some more white ones. Let's do 4 white and 4 yellow. It's quite nice to do something a little bit different. 2, 3, 4. And let's have a little strip of this as well. So that's 9 by 9. The camera's really moving tonight. Sorry about that. And then we can just put our pages in. So let's do, actually, that's better because I want it to open like so. So let's have a yellow on the front to match the outside of the box. This paper's lovely. And then we'll have a white. Again, this is quite repetitive crafting. I quite like it. Oh, look at the daisy. The daisy's lovely. But I'm going to stick with the colours that I've already got for this. Does anyone else make mini albums or do kind of little journaling books? Or even do you still scrapbook? I feel like scrapbooking is just something that isn't really done anymore. If it is, I'm in the wrong loop. Let's have this one. And the great thing about adding these extra layers of paper, you then cover your mechanism to put this together. Okay, so there we have our cute little journaling book, like so. So that's really quite sweet. I would add some stamping in there as well. So then we just pop that in. And the great thing about the size of this box is you could really add some, you know, some depth to those pages, the dimensionals, because you've got that area there to really, you've got the distance there. Right, so let's go to our little rosette now. So actually that's set more as an oval, so let's just push it in a little bit, that's better. So that's set nicely, and that will just be stuck to our box like so. And then we'll cut out a Whisper White. Should we do that in black? Let's do that in black. Let's cut a little black scallop circle, because if we do that one, you're not really going to see much of the rosette. So let's use this. I'm just going to die cut one of these out. So So that can go on there like so. I would have done that in white, but all will become clear in a moment. So that then gets stuck on there like so. And that's going to go on the outside of our box. Now let's bring this little lovely die in. This says, just want to say, and we're going to cut that out of white. So I'm just going to do that behind me. I've got my Stampin' cut and emboss machine on a trolley. And this is the first one I use this die. You've seen it's just come out of the packet. So here we have just want to say. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift that off my plate. And then this is going to go on here. I think this is going to be quite the popular set. Going to take the dot for my J and pop it there. In a minute when I say what have I done with it, someone tell me it's over there. Let's take that away. So then now we can stick this on. So that little black circle, if I'd have done that in white, it just wouldn't look right, I don't think. I'm just going to add a little bit of wet glue. You could use the foam adhesive sheets, of course. But I didn't think of that when I cut it out. What to say? Hillary's put, can't believe you did that live. You're a star, oh, bless you. Sometimes I struggle to believe that I've done things live as well. Oh, that's just moved. And then we'll have say here. I actually quite like that these dies are separate. I wasn't sure if it was going to be one complete piece, but I do quite like that it's separate. So we can now pop that on our box like so. How gorgeous is that? Now to do it, add it to our box, we're going to close it up, and I'm going to add this with the dimensional just because it will be easier. So where are my dimensionals? Come out, where you are. There they are. Right, so take a dimensional and pop it on your box. Okay, because we only want it to be stuck, obviously, on one part of our box, or the box won't open. Okay, so now add a couple more. Make sure they're stuck down nicely. And then with it closed, pop it on, and then really carefully take the lid apart and then just push it down. We can now add, I think I'm going to leave the dot of the J off because I don't think we need it. No, you know what it says. Just going to close my box. That's better. And then now what we can do, close it up, and then we can do a little bit of stamping. So let's say, just want to say happy birthday. Let's do happy birthday because why not? Let's just find that stamp. It's a photopolymer stamp set. Because it's a two-step stamp set, you can then see through it quite nicely. Just going to grab a black ink pad. going to stamp with Memento. And then I'm just going to try something. I don't know if this works because obviously it's the first time I've used this stamp set. This is the classic label punch, which is really handy. Excellent. So that fits in there. So that's a super punch to have. And we can just pop that down there like so. So you can't actually see much of that wreath on this one, can you? But either way, I quite like it. Wreath, I mean rosette. I've got Christmas on the brain still. Just want to say happy birthday. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some scrap of Granny Green. No, that's not Granny Apple Green. Here we have a scrap of Granny Apple Green, and I have here the small bloom punch. So we'll just have 1, 2, and 3. Now these flowers are really lovely because all you do to shape them is you use the tip of your Tombow, pop it in the palm of your hand, and then you've got a lovely shaped flower. Okay, I'm just going to put the lid on my ink pad. So we'll just have a couple of those. And then I'll grab some dots. Where are my embellishments? Here they are. So this is my little pot of embellishments. Let's have some white dots. So we just take the dot off, pop it in the centre. I think this punch will work really well with this set, unless of course you want to do some fussy cutting, which will probably be my next step with this. I'm just going to attach a couple of little flowers to the box. And then you can even use those flowers as embellishments throughout your little book inside. Okay, so there we have our triangular box, triangular square box, I don't really know what to call it. So thank you so much to everyone for watching. This is the box that we created right at the beginning of the video. So it is a lovely jointed, hinged box, not jointed, hinged box. The top opens up like so to reveal a little gift inside. So it's almost like a little sandwich box. And actually that's just given me another idea, so watch this space on that. Lost my train of thought now. That might be tomorrow's live. So here is a little hinge box. You've got a nice back base to it, and then inside I've just done a little concertina album to pop inside. So that's the first, this is the one that I've demonstrated tonight. We've got some lovely celebration papers. So these papers are free in January and February when you spend £45. I've used one of the new dies from the spring summer catalogue, and this was the original one that I made earlier on today, in different colours. So this is basic grey, pool party and smoky slate. So that opens like so, and this is a little album that I've made inside. So it's just got a little bit of stamping on this one, and it's double-sided as well. And this is the Fancy Phrases stamp set that I've used. So it's nearly an hour, guys. What's going on? My lives are getting longer. You must start bringing your popcorn. So that's it from me tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a long one tonight, but I do appreciate you sticking with me. If you have any questions about the products or any of the techniques I've used, drop me a message. I will go away now and put the measurements on my blog for you and on the top of this post, for you to try it at home. this week I'll be live here on Monday morning and Wednesday evening. Love you to join me. I might try and make something a bit different to this tomorrow. So yeah, I might go and have a little play now. That's it, done. Have a great evening, guys, or have a great day. Those of you that are on the other side of the world. I hope to see you later on this week. Take care, guys. Look after each other and stay safe. Bye for now.